Do you know when you're just like playing on your computer and somebody's in the room and they're like watching you, but you didn't know that they were in the room, but you can kind of tell that somebody's watching you? For some reason, human beings are wired to feel the power originating from somebody else's focus. And sometimes that can make you uncomfortable because it's overwhelming. And sometimes that power directed towards us is exactly what we need to feel seen. Welcome to the video that will change the way that you view attention forever. I've watched dozens of YouTube videos on this topic. Some of the things that I'm going to say in this video, I have never heard anyone say before. By the end of this video, hopefully you'll have an appreciation for the currency of attention and have enough of an understanding that you can use it to your advantage both personally and professionally. But before I talk about what I've learned so far about this currency, I want to talk about why I learned it in the first place. As a kid, I was desperate for attention. I only wanted my siblings, my parents, to look at me and see what I had to say.
And I look at my paper and my paper. I'll see how many back I get. My paper says you have to look at what about my gun?
Regardless of if you got that attention or not, the desire for attention is still there through adulthood. It just looks different, and if you can master it, you can use it to your advantage. So now as an adult, it's not just about getting attention, but using attention. It's the skill that you have to learn that most people don't even look at. Just watch this, okay?
4 out of the top 5 biggest companies in the world are not built on the old oil, but the new oil is attention.
Those of you that have the ability, attention really is the new currency.
Nothing is more valuable than attention. I literally value attention equal to oxygen.
These are the most influential people in the world, and they're all talking about how valuable this one resource is that really nobody's paying any attention to. And I think it's worth to dig deeper. So let's talk about what actually makes attention valuable. So all humans have 3 innate desires. This is the desire to be seen, to be loved, and to be known. And I'm taking this philosophical approach from Thomas Aquinas.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
All other desires that we have stem from these 3. But I'm only going to talk about being seen. Being seen is an incredibly powerful feeling. So when you are seen, and it's not just see a version of you, but see you for who you really are, it is a very, very powerful thing because it is the fulfillment of 1/3 of all of your desires. I'm not arguing that you can be like completely seen through something like YouTube, but I am saying that getting attention stimulates that desire, and so we really, really like it. So to give your attention to somebody else is very valuable to the person receiving it. Creators make entertaining or informative content in exchange for you to pay them attention. In exchange for entertainment or information, you pay attention, and that's giving them views, you know? And attention is just social currency that the world uses. So attention can either be used for yourself to fulfill your own desire. It is a superpower to be able to convert attention into something else, anything else. It is equally difficult to transform attention into money as it is attention into power. And those are 2 different skills that if you know how to do one, it doesn't mean that you inherently know how to do the other. So a good example is a YouTuber who has been paid a substantial amount of attention, and rather than just keeping it for himself, he can pay some of that attention to a brand, giving attention to a product or a service in exchange for money. That's just a brand deal. Andrew Tate has cultivated his ability to transform attention into social or political power. These controversial ideas gets attention and then turns it into power. You can only really do that with attention. And now with the internet, there are abilities to get a significant amount of attention very, very quickly. So what they did is they cut off his ability to get more attention. It's like shutting down this social business model. It always has been powerful, but we're just now realizing it as we're watching people use it to get incredibly wealthy. So you're probably wondering, Peter, what the hell am I supposed to do? I'm 22 and I want to do beautiful carpentry work for churches, or I want to orchestrate this great choir. It's like, cool, you don't need an audience to do that. You don't need attention to do great things. But there are certain benefits to getting attention. It comes down to, what do you want to do in your life? What do you want your life's work to be? If it takes money or it takes power to get to the direction in life that you want to go, attention is one of the fastest ways in the modern economy to get there. But you shouldn't get a platform if you don't have a reason. Not everybody should be influencing the world? Do you have something to contribute? And that's for you to answer. People will only give you their valuable attention if the thing that you are giving them they perceive to be more valuable than the attention that they have to give. How can you give somebody something more valuable than attention so that they will transact with you, they will pay you attention? What's something you're passionate enough to talk about even if nobody listened? The things that I talk about in my YouTube videos are the things that I talk about to my family. Like, the philosophy behind these topics are inherently interesting to me. And so I'm going to talk about them probably until the day that I die. But some of you are like me. You find these things interesting too. And these are ideas worth exploring to you. So if you gave an abundance of an experience to somebody, old business experience. If you gave an abundance of an experience of entertainment or information to your audience, now there's a difference. You have given them this much and they feel like they're only giving you this much, okay? They want to make this even. Humans are pretty we match people's energy. When there's this difference here, what they're going to do is they're going to tell their friends about you. They're going to, hey, this guy, you should watch this guy, because they want this thing to be even. Your audience is asking, how can I contribute more to this person because the thing that they've given me I really like. It's only about providing this experience to your audience. This is old business for YouTube. You don't need to have the skill of transforming attention into something else, money or power, for you to get it. And so you can get attention now and learn the skill later. That's still a totally legitimate. Think about how many YouTubers didn't start doing brand deals until years into their YouTube journey. It doesn't have to click in your brain just yet. You just have to be able to fathom it. Then you'll need to be able to navigate the creator economy, which I'll be discussing in detail in my next video. Look out for that one. So it is interesting to think why humans value attention so much. We know that we have these philosophical desires to have attention, but why do we have that desire? Being hungry is evident to us that food exists. And so having the desire to be seen indicates that there's something out there to see us. This is because we are on a very, very deep level meant to be social. We're meant to be in a relationship with other people. However distant the relationship between a YouTuber's audience and the YouTuber is, there is still a relationship there. That is worth having. There is something good there. But if our attention is the most valuable resource that we have, we should then need to be careful who we pay that attention to, right? We don't want to give this power that we have to somebody who's going to abuse it or use it for wrong. But you do get to make that decision. You have that autonomy. If you're awake 16 hours a day for the next 80 years, there's a significant amount of conscious attention that you can dedicate to somebody, that you can pay to somebody. And it doesn't have to be to people that you don't want to pay attention to. If you're able to understand yourself enough, you can use this focus to pay attention to your own business. This is interesting, so I'm going to say it again. You can pay attention to your own business. That is like tunnel vision, just having your eye on the prize and just working towards this thing. And that's really cool. But what happens if you pay that attention to a creator who doesn't need it, who already has significant power and, influence, but they don't actually need your attention, but they do ask for it. But in return, they give you their attention back. There is the relationship that is formed similar to a YouTube influencer and the audience. But in this case, with this creator, there's not a distance between the relationship. What if their attention that they give you satisfies that desire in your heart to be seen? Now the thing that they've given you is much more valuable than your attention that you can give them. And so there's always going to be this difference here. Similar to the other example, you're going to want to tell your friends about this. Hey, they've given me this thing that's very, very valuable in return for the attention that I've given them. The funny thing is, if you haven't been able to tell already, this is an analogy for our relationship with God. That He is the creator that doesn't need our attention, but He asks for it anyway. And in return, He gives us His attention. And so we genuinely feel seen. And because of that, we have received the fulfillment of 1/3 of all of our desires. But that's my soapbox. So today we've talked about the value of attention, both in our personal and professional life, how attention can be used as a powerful tool to build empires. So if you take anything away from this video, it is to be intentional about the attention that you give to somebody, because you have a lot to give. There is your entire life of your attention to give, and even just a little bit of it is very valuable to somebody. And so if you can dedicate your entire life to something, what is the thing worth giving your life for? Don't pay attention to things or people who don't deserve it. You have the ability to make somebody else feel seen. And that is a good thing. This can be in your relationships. This can be with an audience. But whatever it is a good thing. So with all of this said, Thank you for paying me your attention today. I hope that I'm giving you an understanding of this power that you have to wield. You can continue to use this power for the good that you see fit. And if you would like to subscribe, you don't have to. But if you want to, I've got more coming. I can talk about this stuff all my life. On my mama, we lit. Philosophy is my